Yeah, go ahead, Manish.
Yeah, Gangadhar. Yeah,
So tell me
actually,
about yourself, maybe in details, about what you are doing right now, what's your current projects, and what's your skill set. Tell me about all of this.
okay. Okay, actually, I am from the computer science engineering stream. I have a knowledge about a little bit of coding, just like C, Python, and Java. And mostly, I prefer to learn, not learn. Actually, I have some project related work and real time works on HTML. I mean, front end applications related things I have done, like with the knowledge on certain tools and markup languages like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React, Bootstrap, and so on things. And when I was joined at Cognizant, I have learned Informatica Power Center and SQL database related queries and everything. Yeah, actually, I can say that I was good at SQL. And right now, my project is related to Tableau Server Administrator. We will maintain all the dashboards and visualizations that are created at Tableau desktop that should be stored on server. We have to maintain the server, and it will inside the server we have many dashboards, and those dashboards must be reachable to the clients and business requirements users. And behalf of that, I have when I have some time, I would like to learn something new. So I choose a Azure Administrator course, and I have completed that. It was related to the cloud administration related things. Yeah, that's what the things that I have done now.
So, what about the projects that you are worked upon and
In brief, I can tell you that right now the migration is going on. That means cloud migration. Actually, our servers and everything are moving on to the AWS cloud. So we have to take care of it. Like actually, the AD team will take care of moving, but we have to make sure that everything is working fine or not. And regarding my work related in this project means many of the users will raise a ticket upon the certain URLs, certain dashboards. So I would I will make privileges accordingly, and I will give them the access what they are requesting for. And there should be, as an administration, we have some tasks like we have to maintain servers active. If there is any case, if it was going down, we have to restart on time, and it won't impact the business users. And as well as there should be some certain integrations like tabpi, tabmon, and AWS related integrations is going to take place many, like.
all right. So basically, so if I have to conclude, like you're mostly working in the areas of administration and testing whether things are working or not. Not really, you're implementing some project, like you're not working on some core projects and writing some new code,
No,
right?
no. Right.
So okay, so like then how did you put that you have a skill set of like C, C++, Java. So like what is the code that you have written with these languages?
No, I haven't contributed anything like I have written code in our project. I can say that I don't have I'm not an expertise in the languages. Just I know the basic knowledge that I have learned from the bachelor degree. That's it.
All right. So you have Azure certifications, and what's the motive of doing Azure certification? Like, do you wanted to become a cloud engineer, or like,
Yeah,
what is the thing?
I, we all know that everything is running on cloud, right? In recent days, there was a lot of cloud migration is going on, and everything in future, everything must be on the cloud. So I choose this career as an opportunity. And as of now, the Cognizant is tie up with Microsoft, and many of the certifications are free of cost. So I choose Azure as it was also a cloud certification, and I choose Azure. And why I have chosen AWS means due to financial problems, I have chosen AWS. But I was learning AWS as well.
Okay. So what's your day-to-day work looks like? So you open up your system and you start with doing what?
Mm, every day is like a same day only. I
Mhm.
have some certain tasks that I have to do. Mostly, many of the tasks are related to the access privileges. I have to check up with the user and talk to him, and I got the correct details. And after that, I will reach out to the approver. And after getting approval from them, I will give the access what they are requesting for. And some other tasks are related to manual work, like adjusting the Excel sheet accordingly. My manager will ask me, I want these details. Can you please change in Excel? So it was a time taken task that I have to take care of it. Those are the things.
All right. Cool. So basically, you are working in managing the systems and managing the access to the users, and also sometimes doing some like administration related work. So basically, what say if I ask you like Manish, like what's your plan? Like, what do you want to do? Like where do you want to see yourself? Like say 5 years down the line, or maybe 10 years down the line. So where do you want to see yourself?
I have a plan of going to abroad and complete the MS. Just now, I was starting to prepare for IELTS examinations so that I can crack it, and I would like to go and complete my studies. After that, I will make sure that I have to be on the region other than India. Actually, it's just about the pay scale only I was thinking about, nothing more than it.
So, 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 so your idea is to like go to abroad and do MS and then start your career somewhere in the abroad. Uh, is it big? And the your prime goal is about increasing the pay scale. So, is that what you said?
Yeah, that's it.
Let's say let's say this is like 21, right? So we are in the year of 21, and so it's all about almost about like seventh month. So when do you plan to do your MS? Like in which year?
Which it would be 2023.
So 2023 is like say I'm saying like 1.5 years
Yeah,
away. So by 2023 you are planning to go to like MS, and so which location are you planning to do your MS?
Canada.
Canada. So what's the reason of picking Canada?
The reason of picking Canada is there is better institutes are there in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And it was related to, I mean, practically, if we are there in Canada, means we have better licenses to go to US as well. So, and also the cost of living is quite low in Canada when compared to US. And there may be certain issues with the Canada because of climatic situations. But if I have reached out to Canada and get a job, means it should be very easy to migrate to USA, or even Europe also. Everything is fine for it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, all right. So by 2023, you wanted to start your MS in somewhere other than India. Most probably, you are looking for Canada, if possible, also some Europe countries. Is that what you're saying, or like you prefer to do your MS in Canada and then move to Europe for the job in, if you cannot find the job in Canada?
Not I can say that I cannot find the job. I will get the job, and if any chances, I will migrate to USA. Mostly I prefer USA. If in case if I want to come near our area means, then I will reach out to Europe like this.
All right. So uh, you are planning to do MS. So like in what specialization in MS? Like what is the area of specialization you are looking for MS?
Actually, I was looking for data science related, and many of my friends has started learning these things regarding the data science, and some of them has gone to Europe and are doing their degree as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to make sure that I have to make to go in the right way actually. Yeah, we
Okay.
have some financial problems, so I was
Mm-hmm.
waiting for the correct chance to make the right move.
So like, what is the estimation for MS completion? Like, what will be the cost? Like, it's 2 years, right? The program.
Yeah, the 2 years
So
of program.
yeah, so in that 2 years, like, what is the cost estimation for that 2 years?
The cost estimation, it might be in and around 50 lakhs.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what the issue. And there is something that I have learned from seen on Quora, and as well as some of my friends, relatives, and many of them told that we have to go to the prime location, I mean USA or Canada or Europe. After reaching there, we have to do some part-time jobs. Then we, by getting the paid money, we can mostly live, and as well as uh, pay the course completion fees that we have to pay to the college, and we should get actually of about 20 to 30% of scholarship because of our graduation percentages like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm. So eventually it will be completed without any debt after 2 years. What this is.
Okay.
After
So,
completion of the education itself, we don't have any debts of paying anything to anyone. Yeah.
all right, all right. It sounds like a good plan. Like, if like by say, so by the way, what's your age?
23.
So you're 23. So by 2023, you will be like say 26. So and like once you complete your MS, like you will be like say 28. And okay, so it's a you're on the right track. Um, so 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 let's go back to your current organization. So you were working with Cognizant, right?
Cognizant.
6 years.
Yeah.
So do you like what you are doing? Like, do you enjoy what you are doing, or like, do you think that you should have done some other job?
No, I can say that I don't say I haven't liked it, but I haven't getting any opportunity to learn from in this project. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
we have many applications and many of the things are there.
Mm-hmm.
In Cognizant, I was trained at Informatica. Before placing into the project, I was trained at Informatica Power Center,
Mm-hmm.
but my project was related to the Tableau. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought that it was related to desktop application and it might be a developer. So I have completed the normal live session courses, and I have completed that. When I was in the project, it will be not an developer course. It is an administrator related tasks. So after that, I was doing the administrator related things, and in my team we are only 4 members, and all of them are Telugu guys only.
Mm-hmm.
One team lead from on-site, and offshore team lead, and one associate, and I am the programmer analyst. Yeah, there many of the tasks are given to me, and those are not the worthy. And I believe because everyone can do it. If I have told what I was doing to my brother, he can do it in within a 3 to 5 days. He can eventually complete the task and he will do it. I don't feel I was gaining knowledge accordingly like that. But there are some of the tasks that I haven't given by them. It should
Mhm.
be quite complicated because it was an administrator related task. If anything have done wrong means the total server might go down. So they are not willing to give those things to me, and it was only taken care by on-site team lead and offshore team lead. Only two members has will take care of these things.
Okay. So currently, like, are you planning to switch your job, or like, are you planning to switch your domain in the Cognizant itself?
Switching the job means actually I don't have the correct path to go right now because I have a half knowledge on tablet admin, and after that I have I mean during the free time I have completed the cloud certification courses. Even that I have cloud certification, but I don't have the real time experience. That's what the issue I was facing, and I have tried for to jump onto the other companies with cloud certification. But what they have said means you have certification, that's everything is fine, and you have better percentage, and you know well about it. But the issue is with you don't have real time experience to prove that you have done something related to the cloud. So that's what the issue I was facing right now.
Yeah, why don't you slow down? Like, why don't you slow down a bit and change the direction to something else? Uh, I have a plan, but I'll let you know like after further discussion. That what I'm thinking is that see anything related to administration is very repetitive. So you start your day and you repeat the things that you have done for like last 3 4 months, and then like there is a very, I would say, extremely little amount of things that that you will be learning in your regular day-to-day routine. So because of that, your if you look at your 1 year or 2 years growth, the amount of things that you are going to learn are extremely limited. So, and also, people who are developing things are respected more than people who are managing the things.
Yeah,
Especially, so if you actually wanted to say be a developer, just try to go in that direction. So let's say you put in like C, C++, Java, HTML, JavaScript, CSS, XML, PHP. These are the languages, or mostly like I would say XML and CSS, JavaScript, and HTML, PHP are the front end stuff. Even Java is also the front end applications, but Java is more of pure programming. So C and C++ are the hotcakes, and even Java also hotcake. And if you are very good with JavaScript and front end and Angular JS, that is also a hotcake stuff. But if you wanted to like leave your mark, you should move from the administration to the development, like develop some applications, maybe work on a product, and say implement some modules of that product and get the hang of the full level product. So that's where you actually develop and your skill set. And if you are putting MS in the middle of your career, then you need to plan the timing accordingly. And I think 2023 is a good timing. But I don't know like how things will pan out in next, say, I would say
yeah,
next 2 years, because with the pandemic things are in place. I don't know like how things pan out, what changes will come in the industry, and what will actually give you the edge. So if you are looking to be like complete your MS, so why don't you, like, there is another alternative, like why don't you actually bang on your experience and try to start your like career right away in the locations of say like what are the location that you prefer, and especially if you prefer a location of Canada, I think getting Canada visa is not a big problem for somebody who has a work experience of like 3 years. There are like plenty of consultancies who can help you with the visa,
Yeah.
and once you go there, maybe you can spend some time and figure out a job profile which can give you the salary that you are looking for. So ideally, if I ask you to move from your administration to the development, like how much time do you think you might require?
Administration to developer means.
So let's say I say that see Tableau is a centric to specific organization, and each organization uses Tableau as different way. And I think it's also a popular thing, the managing the stuff and understanding your data. But I don't think Tableau is very generic. And I have been with like multiple organization, and I have not used Tableau so far, but I was not seen many people who did not have the basic knowledge of C or C++ or an advanced language like knowledge of those languages. Who like even if you talk about the Visual Studio, I have seen most of the people touches this Visual Studio and also G++ and other compilers. But I have not seen people working on Informatica, Power Center, and Tableau. Those are like mostly proprietary to the Cognizant or mostly proprietary to the TCS. So they are like in-house management tools, and they are not really specific to the industry. Things
Yeah.
specific to the industry are like MySQL. People use it like anything. SQL database is like everywhere. Oracle is again, it's more of centric to the different organizations. Whereas C, C++, Java, all these the frontline programming languages that you have mentioned are not centric to the specific organization. They are like generic to the all organization. So if you focus on working on the generic areas, your scope of getting a new job is improved on regular basis. Let's say if you spend your 1 year of time working on C or C++ or Java, after completion of 1 year of work experience, you have a plenty of opportunities across the industries. You can go to a financial domain, or you can go to a networking domain, or you can go to a security domain. So the domain is different, but the core is going to be there with you. But if you work on like Tableau, and if I ask you to go to the networking field and work on pure C language, then it's going to be very tough for you.
Yeah.
And I think with 1.5 years of experience you have, I would say that you are at the start of your career. So you require, I would say, some time to prepare yourself to move in the direction of development. And especially almost most of us are working because we do not have any specific option to work. Like we do not have uh, any other passion to work. And if you are very passionate about programming, I think developer is a extremely good option that you have. But if you are not so passionate about the programming, then I don't think developer position is going to give you like the kind of energy and the feel that you wanted to have in your work life. So 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 to understand these things, you require more maturity, that you need to spend more time in the industry. Maybe by the end of like 2022, I think you will be having like 3 years of experience, and with that 3 years of experience you will be more mature. Right now you seems to be matured, and you are thinking about your career and doing like wanted to do MS and wanted to settle in some prime location. I think some of your mentors might have been there in the location that you have mentioned, but did they inform you that what's the direction that you have to go? Like, do you wanted to go in the direction of developer for like next 1.5 years? And if you wanted to go in that developer direction, like what is that you need to do for like I would say next say at least 6 months, because it's not a direct jump from the your say administration jobs to the developer job, right? Somebody, if I interview on the C or C++, I think with the confidence level that you are possessing right now about those languages, I don't think I will be in a position to take you into the projects which I am working. So you need to spend some time, prepare yourself, and get to the line that somebody is going to willing to hire you in those regions, so in those technologies. So so uh, let's come back to one question, like, so do you wanted to get into the development area, or like do you wanted to continue doing what you are doing for like next 1.5 years?
The changing from administration to developing thing is quite difficult for me, as there are no projects in my team as well to go to the development side. If I have left the project means I don't know what project they might give. That's what the issue. Even if there is any opportunity to go to the development side, I might not feel that I have enough knowledge to go and do those things, because I only know the basic things and I haven't yet improved those things that was worked on engineering phase. Even at engineering level as well, I mostly prefer to do something tasks that are not from development field, because uh, in the coding related things, at sometimes I might feel happy when I was have done it correctly and the output showing is right. I feel happy. If it was showing many errors and even the output is not working means I felt depressed, like the coding is not the correct for me. This programming tool and application is not right for me. I was working, it wasn't showing like that. I felt like that. But as you said before, MySQL is said, I was really interested on MySQL and I have worked on MySQL really well, and I have my project related things are many of the things are mostly related on MySQL. I mean, project means when I was on engineering.
All right. Again, there is one saying that if you do the difficult things, you will get the maximum benefits, and especially if, yeah, as you said, uh, there are these things bound to happen. Like you write a program, it will get into some trouble, and you need to do put your head down and spend some more time, sort it out as your experience grows in that specific. Let's say talk about C language, and initially if I ask you to write like write a program to add two numbers, you are in a position to write about it. But if I
Yes.
ask you to write a soccer programming, write some client and server application, make sure that the client and server application talk to each other, something like a chart application, develop it in a like a multi-client manner, it seems to be a bigger application to you. So in
Yes.
that case, the process is same. You need to understand the bits and pieces. You need to understand like how it can be written. Say you need to understand some level of socket programming, and you need to understand like how client server model works. All these things you need to first learn. For example, let's say you worked in this application for like 1.5 year, and 1.5 year after I asked you like Manish, write about this application, then you it would be like a cakewalk for you because you have experience of doing it.
Yes.
So so not doing that because you feel that you are not able to do it is not a good thing. What you need to do is you need to spend your time. You need to first spend your time. Like spending time is not just like 1 day or 1 week or 1 month. It should be like some time frame where you really wanted to give it a time and see like with the time how it is moving ahead. Say I don't know, like, because what happens is when we start our work, like in the companies like Cognizant, we have like weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, and if we are in a metro area, we wanted to enjoy our life. So Saturday, Sunday, we are not going to do any work, and the rest of the days we only focus on the work that is given to us, and we hardly focus on improving our skill sets. So this is what happened with everyone, even with me and with you, because we are more focused on the things that were given to us. We are not focused on what we really wanted to do. So in this case, I feel that you have good I would say good academic background, let's say 78% is in engineering, is I would say not so excellent, but it is good percentage. Uh, then with the good academics, and you right away get into a job and you have 1.5 years of experience. Now you have industry experience. Now what you don't have is the right skill set, the solid skill set that is going to help you throughout your career. So you are at the very early stage, and if you focus on this solid skill set at the early stage of your life, going forward, you will really enjoy getting into those difficult areas. Then the I would say that SQL is comparatively easier than compare like working with the language like C, C++, Java, because C, C++, Java is more of logical ability, and you need to spend some time on your logic. And whereas SQL is already predefined structure, and you just needed to follow that structure, and the logic is very minimal in it. So, and if you work on the programming side, your creativity improves and your ability to think improves. So that those are the matters for like your, I would say, if you work for like you are already worked for 1.5 years, and if your span of work is like 20 to 25 years, and in those 25 years I would say that you are at the very beginning stage, and so you are at the towards the left corner of that 20 to 25 years. And if you add the skill set that is required at the very beginning, like before you complete your 5 years of experience, then next year 15 to 20 years are going to be like some amazing years where you do not need to bother about should I go in the direction of developer, should I go stay in the direction of administration. So those things, those confusions won't be there for you when you actually get into those areas right away at the beginning. So if you have like met somebody like me like before like your 1.5 years, I would have suggested that just go ahead and pursue C or C++, just one language, for like keep on learning it for like I would say a duration of 6 months to 1 year. That was the time frame that I have given to you. If you met me like 1.5 years before, now for you, you have experience and you know how to learn things, and I think you have enough resources. You have a laptop and you have time. Then I would give you like a strict 3 months. Spend 3 months, learn C language like a industry people, and do some programming, like do real time applications, something like implement a chart application, or implement a server application, or implement a some application which can actually copy one file from another one file from one device to another device. So implement real-time applications using one specific language and keep implementing it, and change your gears to development locations. So that gives you an edge where you are going to like say have your feeds and have your marks on those areas, which will actually eventually help you to gain, I would say, more respect in the profession, because most of the administration revolves around the products developed by somebody else. Even Tableau is developed by somebody else, and Visual Studio is developed by somebody else, and the people using it are the users, or also people using it for specific work activity, or the administrators. So things revolve around the people who develop, or who actually implement those applications, who actually write those applications from the scratch. So you are in the towards left of your career, and these are the times where you experiment, where you try out what you actually can do to your full potential. And if you are not doing it at this young age, you will not be able to do it when you become like 40 or 45, because at that time you'll have your family, you will have to take care about your kids, you'll have to take care about your other things. At that time your levels of patience will go down. So I think when you are young, this 23 years to I would say nearly up to 30 years, this is the right frame, the 7 years of right frame. You need to focus more on building your career like an empire building. So, so I think, say, let's say if I again ask you like, what's stopping you to not switching your career from administration to development?
I thought that I won't get opportunity to perform on development side.
So, like for example, let me say this is like a start of July, and I would say that we have 6 months in 2021, and if you spend like 6 months in like C language and a bit of C++, these two, then within the 6 months, let's say you completely learn the language, and you understand some libraries like SSL and some of the libraries, and you are very keen on developing applications, and you learn some socket programming, and you learn some multi-threading, and you are in a position to develop industry application, and you also developed some application, and you contributed to the open source in like next 6 months. You spent like you worked really hard, and if you met somebody like me with that experience, why don't people take you? Like what's the drawback? Like, in the industry of the software programming side, we see people hardly have the basic knowledge. We don't see people with expertise in from the beginning. So I would say consider like a 2 years experience fresher. I would say call them freshers still. The 2 years experience fresher, if I interview them, I don't ask them the questions like, can you implement a client server application to me? No, I'll just ask him what is pointer, what is so and so. I ask some basics, and then I ask them to write some basic programming like, find out the Fibonacci nth Fibonacci number and then prime number. So I ask these kind of questions to the 2 years experienced person. If the person is like 5 years experience, I expect them to write applications in the multi-threading, because that's where the that those kind of knowledge that we wanted to see. And you have not tried so far to give some interviews in the programming side, because you have not worked in that zone, and your confidence is so low right now. Bring
Yep.
up that confidence to the levels where you can confidently give the interviews in those areas, and see what will happen. And I don't think Cognizant does not have anything related to the programming. Cognizant is one of the good places to be in, and where I expect out of like 1 lakh employees, at least some 20,000 employees working on these skill sets, C or C++ Java. So if you at least 20,000 people in Cognizant in India are working on C++ Java. So if you dig in the organization, you will get to know that lots of people working in the programming and lots of teams working in the programming side. And you will also understand how to move your team from Tableau or Informatica Power Center to the C++ Java side. So, but before moving, you need to level up your skill set. It will take some time for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think, let's say, uh, because see, your MS is on like 2023, and there you need to prepare for ILS. So there, that preparation is definitely have to be on your plan, but your plan should also be like moving your career from say administration to the programmer as soon as possible. Because if you continue doing this after MS, let's say you worked on the data science, and you will find all the data science related stuff are related to the programming, and which
Yeah.
involves AI and machine learning. And if you do not care about the programming right away, and even after doing your MS also, you will be struggling. And if you wanted to avoid that struggle, like say five years down the line, and you have to act right now. So just if you focus on one programming language, let's focus on C is the simplest language to start learning. Even for freshers, I recommend C, because C is have been like you have been taught in your academics, in your engineering. Aditya, I know how the teaching methodology is. So there people actually give you a basic like basic understanding of the programming language, and you spend very little time in the practical labs. So now it's time to revise everything about the language, a cover to cover, buy a right book for C language. That is Dennis Ritchie, second
Yeah.
edition. So get that book, read it cover to cover, practice the programs in the book. Uh, like do not leave anyone any program. And if you do it for like, give yourself tough challenges, like I'm going to complete this book cover to cover in 1 month of time frame, and I also learned all programs in this book by 1 month. So at the end of 1 month, you will see like 1 month is like 4 weeks. At the end of 1 month, if you look at yourself doing some piece of programming in C language, add some more skills to the C language by learning like socket programming, by learning multi-threading. So like month one, cover to cover, read Dennis Ritchie book. Month two, read socket programming. Month three, read about multi-threading. Month four, read about Unix API. So this way, if you plan like your next 6 months and learn about the tools which are required to write specific application, learning just language is not enough. You need to learn additional APIs. You need to learn like libraries. You need to learn the multi-threading or multi-processing paradigms, and you need to learn about writing quality code. So these things are important along with the language. So if you spend 1 to 2 months learning the language, you need to spend your next 4 months learning the external things. So once you learn all these things with the ability that you have right now, and if you talk to your colleagues in the field, at least in Cognizant, then you will know that there are specific projects who are looking for programming guys, and you can easily jump to those projects because that is in-house. Then moving into the next organization, moving into next organization requires trust on you. People trust you because only if they know that you have enough skill set. So I think that's the plan that I can give to you. Like I would say that spend your next 6 months, like bring up your abilities, and once you bring up your abilities in the programming side, keep poking in the team, in the organization. Ask your colleagues who are working in which projects, and try to chip into those teams. And if you can do that, let's say by the end of 2021 you are in a developer position in the Cognizant, slowly start building your life, slowly start building your career in the development side. For you, salary should not be the case. You should not bother about the salary at the very beginning. If you do not have the right skill set, overall growth in the 20-year span is not going to be very good. And if you spend your initial career at the right areas, right paths, then your career will flourish like anything in the next coming years. So you need to focus right now, and you need to also make time for your MS preparation. Make sure that you spend quality time about yourself, not thinking about other things that are happening around. So not thinking about the pandemic, not thinking about how I'm going to arrange money for MS. Money will follow if you have the skill set. So the people who are thinking that right now, like I have like 4.5 lakhs of package, now I wanted to move to like 10 lakhs of package. So what's the point if you move to 10 lakhs package at the age of like 25, but if you move to like say 15 lakhs of package at the age of like 30, then there is no point. If you are at like 5 lakhs package right now, and at the age of like 30, if you have like say 25 lakhs of package, then there is a difference. Like you move from like your career as per your plans, and also you move your career in the directions where you enjoy working. And especially programming area is difficult to get in, and once you get in, it has its perks. So and again, because why I'm suggesting programming to you is that I feel that you have that ability to get in there, and ability to learn by yourself, and ability to move in that direction. I won't suggest programming career to somebody who has like less than 60% in their academics, because I know their abilities are not as good as for somebody in the programming side. In the programming side, you need to have some good background before. So I think that could be the plan for you. Like I won't say that this is the plan. I'm saying that this could be the direction that I can give it to you. If you see like around like 21, end of 21, you have like some knowledge in your kitty, and if you can grab a job in the cognizant, because in-house increments are very less. So you can sacrifice a 1 year appraisal. You can delay your growth in career for because you wanted to move the direction of your career. So you can delay the progress. You can be at like 4.5 5 at like for 1 more year, and then once you spend like your like I would say up to your 2022 mid of 2022, then you can try switching from the start of 2022. Then you will actually can try for like something around like 10 lakhs as your maximum limit. So if you try for like say 10 lakhs packages in around the locations where you are in, and then you will at least end up with 8 to 9 lakhs or 7 lakhs, but you will end up in a programming position. That's what is going to be more important for you. And once you land there, and your direction, once you complete your MS also, the whatever the locations that you mentioned, like even the Canada or the USA, people have hard jobs in the programming side than the administration side. So once you get there, you might be expecting a salary of like 100,000 K, or maybe a 70K at the beginning, very beginning, or 70 to 80K per annum. So that the 80K is in dollars, I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if you actually start with, let's say, 80K dollars at say Canada around the year of like say 2026 or like 2027, then your career will flourish like you can move it, you can try understanding how I can move it to like 200K. Google and Microsoft and Apple, these companies prefer the programmings like anything, even Amazon. Why? And also they give like I would say attractive salaries to those people who are in the region of programming. And I did not understand, I did not know people in Google mostly working on the administration side. So you think about it, focus your career in the direction of programming, because it's extremely easier at the time of initial career. It's going to be very tough if you spend like 5 to 10, like I would say 5 to 7 years of your career in administration, and now moving to programming is difficult, is going to be very difficult. But for you, you are at the very beginning stage and you can switch your gears very fast. So if it have to be like if there is a need, you might need to change your MS like from 2023 to like I would say 2024, if there is a need there of because you wanted to switch your gear for programming. So so those things that you can plan for your career. And I think if you uh, I think for you this is the right time, extremely right time for you to switch the gears. uh, so I can stress it on and yeah. So maybe you can slowly start doing things, not in a rapid space. Slowly start learning about the C language, and just buy the Dennis Ritchie book. I don't suggest you to go through the online stuff, because in online they give you the bits and pieces of information, and you won't get full knowledge that you actually get from a book and your own laptop. So spend quality time in learning than spending on other activities like say work. You do not need to work too much in the cognizant, because cognizant there are like plenty of people, and you hardly need to work like I would say 5 to 6 hours a day. So use that remaining time working on the your skill set, and once you focus on your skill set, then you will see yourself in a very good position in coming years. So I think that's the plan that I can give you. Maybe uh, maybe you can spend some time, you can learn about switching the careers from administration to the programming, how easy or how difficult. Ask questions, like just type some questions on the Google and you will understand the you will land at some answers in Quora, and you can read about those answers, and that will give you like what is important, administration or the development. Read about them, and also like read about what skill set is required for like top companies, and what they are looking for in a candidate. Look at that, and keep focusing on your communication skills. That's one of the extremely important aspect than your programming. So if you have right communication skills and right skill set in the industry, and there is no stopping for your career. So I think that's the information that I can give it to you. So, so now, what do you think about it? Like, what do you think about the direction which I have given you?
Yeah, it was quite good. But I
Mm-hmm.
would like to know, is it good to prefer Python instead of C? As of now, I have seen many job related things are mostly done on Python or programming like that. Yeah, I can agree with the C is a basic thing for programming languages. Just want to make sure that should I prefer directly with Python or R programming, or should I go with C?
I suggest that. Uh, so basically, I have plans to ask you the difference between the C, C++, Java, or Python. But with the sayings that you have said, like you have a basic knowledge, and I don't think you really understand those languages. So let me answer your question. Should I start with C or should I start with Python? So I
Yeah,
suggest you to start with C, because you have already seen C. You have already learned something in C. You have already written an exam about C. So it's more like a revision for you. It's
yeah,
not like something that you need to start fresh. Python, on the other side, it's something new. It's
yeah,
something
really.
that you have not touched so far. So there you need to learn about the language. There you need to learn about the definition of the function. There you need to learn about the procedures. There you need to learn about the syntax of the language. That's something new for you. But I won't say that Python is a difficult one. But I suggest that revise what you know about C. Give 1 month to C, and in that 1 month, uh, give it like, in this is the 1 month where I'm going to build my own career. So there you learn C language like anything. Now after 1 month you understand C language. Now you get into Python. Add two skills. What's the problem? Add two skills. Like first 1 month spend more time on C, and next 1 month spend more time on Python. But if you ask me how I interview people, I interview people on the things that they know. I just ask them what is the preferred one. Like, do you prefer asking questions on C, or do you prefer me asking questions on Python? If they choose Python, I'll go in the direction of Python. If they choose C, I'll go in the direction of C. I want somebody to master in one skill than being a jack in multiple skills. Let's say you know C language, but you did
Yeah.
not learn any libraries that are related to C language, and you did not learn about multi-threading, and you did not learn about socket programming, or you did not learn about how you actually use C to develop some industry application. Then I'll see the same thing with Python also. So I see the person, like did he do anything using Python, or did he actually use Python in the industry, or did he use any external libraries of Python, did he plot anything using this Python, did he do any like simulations or modulations using the Python. All these things that I'll see when I wanted to take that candidate in my team. But if you ask me a question like which one should I prefer, I strongly suggest you to go with C. And because if you know C++ is going to be easy for you, Java is going to be easy for you. And once you know C++, Java, Python is just cake for you. Because it's also like Python also works with classes stuff and all, so where you actually write Python is more of like you don't actually compile it, it's an interpreter language, so where you actually do not need to say compile and execute. So most of the portions of Python are looks like something of C++, but if you know C, or learning C++ and Python won't be a problem for you. Okay.
Okay.
So focus on C, give 1 month, and then since you do not know Python and C++, try to understand those two languages. C, C++, Python are good enough for you to like rock in the world. But start with C, spend some more time on C and something around C, and then start trying to get into the Python. So for Python, I would say that go for like a simple tutorials point. That's good enough. For C++, again, you need to buy a book. That's reference by Starstruck. And for Java, you need again a reference. That's a complete reference. So maybe something of John Skid book is also going to help you. Maybe be friends with Stack Overflow. That's where you learn a lot of stuff from the about the different languages. So see, for you, I would say that you are somebody started your career and moved in the direction what was given to you, but you have not chosen the direction that what you want to do. So I think it's the time for you to choose your direction and move in the direction for your career improvement.
Okay.
Yeah. So any questions that you have?
Yeah, I have some questions related to C and yeah, actually C is a procedure language, right? So it might be difficult to implement some tasks, right?
Not really. Like uh, in C, because see, let me tell you, uh, we are using two operating system widely, Windows and Linux. Windows
Okay.
is the Microsoft language, and Linux is the open source. And there are a lot of operating systems that come around Linux. There are very limited operating systems that come around Windows. Why? Because Linux is an open source given to the public, and it is simply written in C. The whole Linux kernel is in the C language. And why people prefer such a low language? Because C is a very powerful one, and where you can easily write modules around C. But if you write the same Linux kernel in say Java or something, it would not been as popular as it is right now. And so you will understand that people use C language for writing the most complex applications in the area of lower levels. So so if you look at any microcontroller or any robotic or any device, any router, all this goes into that is C language. Python is used for writing the utilities around the program, core program, and Java is used to write applications in the Android and applications in the web. So so you should see like what is your area of interest. Going forward, your area of interest will change based on the language that you know. And if you know C++, you will be working on the lower levels like kernel related devices, routers, or writing industry applications like security, those things. And if you focus on Python, you will be implementing utilities around the applications like automating the testing, automating something, plotting some data, and simulating the data, analyzing the data, big data, all these things that comes around the Python. You will enjoy if you actually learn C language or C++ plus plus in your belt, you will enjoy the core of the core, especially the Linux kernel. And if you actually get into the kernel programming, then you will extremely enjoy, because you are contributing to some extent to the evolution of the actual software. Because if you say write a tool, like if you automate your administration process, it will benefit somebody. But if you add one feature to the Linux kernel, it is going to benefit like some thousands and millions of people. And that's the kind of jobs that we should be doing. So if we focus on, say, implementing something of that sort, where the ground level, and that can be used by some millions of people, then that's what going to give you a kick in the job that you are going to do. If you do not find those kind of kicks in your job, I don't think you will enjoy doing it. And if you're not going to enjoy doing it, there is no way that you will be enough motivated to move ahead and do something in your career. So I firmly suggest, start with C, spend some more time in C as much as possible. Then once you have a very good knowledge about C, then move to the Python and C++ as extra packages. So
Okay.
C is the core, add Python. So C plus Python is again powerful combination. People develops applications in C, and around Python, people develop some tools for the application. So if you have both the skill set, uh, it's like a strong package. So yeah, again, go with C. C is structural, and with C you can develop most of the applications.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, learning phase means reading the book and practicing something is okay. But what about the industry related tasks? How I can know that it is the task that it will be done on C? Actually, I don't know.
So why? Like, see, let me tell you, Manish, tell me the industry applications that are written in C language. So if I ask you that question and you don't know answer, like how will you figure out that answer?
I click on Google.
Yeah, so Google has lots of information about, just type what are the some applications that can be written in C for 2 years experienced people. Just put that in the Google and Google will give you answer like anything. So let me type, say, uh, industry C applications. So what are the industrial uses of C and C++ is the first link that came to me. So maybe just go there and read about it. And so somebody mentioned about gaming, somebody mentioned about, so those are some of the things. Even the browsers are written in C. So you can see that. And also, like, maybe a simple industry application about C is what you are going to do in a Google. But for you, I can give you a simple application. It's not a simple. You need to spend some time to write this application. So let me type it. So implement client and server application in C with waves and multi-threading. So this is the kind of application that we expect a 2 years people or like 3 years people can deliver. So if you can implement this, I typed you in chat because so that you can take a note of it. So this is the basic application which involves specific things. It involves C language, or it involves like say client server socket programmer, and it involves multi-threading. So you need to handle, like, you need to implement a server application, and you need to write a client application, and the server application should be able to support multiple clients. And from the client application you should be able to send some message to the server, and that server application should be able to forward that information to the another client. So this is the kind of applications that we want a 2 to 3 years experienced programmers can do. So for you, if you start learning the C programming now, I think within 1.5 month time, you should be able to write this program. If you write this program in 1.5 month, you are in the right direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
So any other questions?
Yeah, I will start preparing. Yeah.
See, you should not be giving me this kind of promise. You should give promise to yourself that okay, so I have planned now, and I wanted to move in the direction of development, and I also plan my MS in the direction of my career growth. Because why you wanted to do MS? You wanted to rise your pay scale, right? So, and also you want to do the part-time job, and yeah, so if you get a part-time, again, if you plan to do a part-time job, do a part-time job in the direction of programming, not do a job in like
Yeah.
some Domino's center or some McDonald's or not. So those kind of things are not going to help you anywhere. So if you wanted to earn money, do the part-time jobs which will help you in your career again. So the eventually all adds up to your career, and one day you will see yourself in a very good position. But uh, you will see only yourself in a very good position, and if you make your foundation very strong, and if your foundation is not so strong, I don't think you will reach to the levels that you are thinking of. Okay.
Okay.
So make your ground and foundation as strong as possible, and eventually that will help you in like very extremely long run. So if you focus on your career for like first 5 years, next 20 years of your career will be flourishing.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Manish. So if you have any other questions, maybe you can ping me on WhatsApp, or like you can mail me on my email. Uh, and also like prepare your plan for yourself and share that plan with me, and I'm going to like review the plan and let you know like is if there is any corrections required in the plan.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice meeting you, Manish. Have a good day, and have a beautiful career.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yes.